What's up, it's Cinema Shogun here, and Bam Margera is missing yet again. And you know what? I would say that I hate to say that I told you so, but the reality is I kind of love saying I told you so. In fact, this has become a reoccurring theme right here on my channel. I say something that people don't like, that gets people in an uproar, or I provide some information that other people have not yet provided, and then I get attacked and people get angry at me and they get their panties in a bunch about what I said, and then a week or two later, everything I said comes to light and it turns out it's true, and I'm left sitting here with a smirk on my face, and my detractors are left looking stupid. It happens so much on this channel that I may just need to rename my channel the I Told You So channel. But you know what? I'm not going to rant too long about that. I want to go ahead and get into the details about what is happening here. Bam Margera announced that he was going to check into rehab. In fact, one of his friends sent a private jet to Pennsylvania. It cost around $50,000. They sent a private jet to Pennsylvania to pick up Bam Margera, to fly him to LA so he could check into rehab. But the flight came. Bam Margera got on the flight. He took a picture. He landed in LA, and then he disappeared. No one knows where he is. Everyone is basically preparing for the worst. And we're stuck here really having to question what is really going through the minds of the people who claim that Bam Margera is not harming himself, who claim that he is in a good space right now, and all of his problems are the result of what other people have done. They blame everything that's going wrong in Bam's life on other people. Now, knowing Bam, let me rephrase that. I don't know Bam personally. Knowing Bam's actions, from looking at his past actions, he does this pretty often. He claims he's going to go into rehab. He has this whole tour of gaining sympathy, gaining attention. Hey, everyone, I'm going to get my life together. And then he wants to have that last hurrah. You know, the night before he's supposed to check into rehab, he wants to go to that last party. He wants to go to that last strip club, have that last drink, have that last good time with his friends. The problem is with Bam, these little last hurrahs before rehab always turn into weeks-long, months-long benders, and he just winds up never going to rehab. And when he does, he runs away. So I would not be surprised if Bam Margera pops up somewhere in a couple of days on another binge. Who knows? But his brother seems to be really concerned. A lot of people seem to be out for his brother. They think that his brother and Bam's family are all evil and out to get him. And I really don't see it. I don't believe it. I think this family has been dealing with Bam and his antics for a long time. I will say that Bam's family, I believe they're partially responsible for how Bam is today. Not because they're trying to pressure him into going to rehab, but because they allowed him to live a life that was just off the chain. You know, with no type of responsibility, no parents really telling you not to do this, not to do that. His parents enabled wild behavior, and then when he was an adult, he did not know how else to act. And that's what we're witnessing right here. But I want you all to look at this tweet from Jess Margera. If anyone in the LA area knows of Bam's current whereabouts or a hotel he might be at, please call the LAPD immediately. I am trying to get them to ping his phone, but as usual, it's a whole huge process, and I don't think we have that kind of time. If you guys could all retweet this, that would be really cool of you. Thanks for your help. So long story short, worst case scenario here, Bam has OD'd in some hotel room. And that's why no one knows where he is. Best case scenario, Bam bucked on rehab, decided to go ahead and party, and he's going to show up in a few days, you know, probably drunk or rambling about some type of nonsense while he's on an adventure with his old skate pals. You never really know from Bam, but even the best case scenario is not really a good scenario, but it's better than him being dead, of course. Now, some people will claim that, oh, this is just trying to set Bam up. They know where Bam is. They're just trying to get Bam 5150. They're trying to do this to Bam, that to Bam. Well, the reality is that even Bam Margera's own lawyer has spoken out, and here's what he has to say. Peter Thompson says that Bam came to LA before going off the radar in an attempt to reunite with his son, whom we're told he hasn't seen in 2 months without any contact whatsoever. We're already aware Bam has desperately wanted to touch base with his kid and that he's claimed his estranged wife, Nikki, isn't letting that happen, but now Thompson says the separation may have driven Bam to force a meeting in person. Of course, we know Nikki does not want that right now, at least not without Bam entering some kind of rehab program. Thompson says he isn't sure if Bam is planning on entering one anytime soon. He does say that he thinks a FaceTime call with his son would go a long way to help ease Bam's mind. So basically, he's talking in circles about, yeah, you know, maybe a FaceTime call would help Bam, or Bam wants to see his son, but he admits that he does not know where Bam is. He hasn't talked to him since Bam boarded that plane. So Bam Margera is missing right now. He was supposed to check into rehab today, and no one knows where he is. And he's claiming it's because he wants to see his son, this, that, and the third. And listen, I can sympathize with the man wanting to see his son. I've talked about this in previous videos. I understand that sometimes women, they hold kids over, you know, the father's head, and they don't allow them to see their kids. There's a lot of stuff like that that happens in the world. But Bam Margera is not a fit parent right now. He is in no shape to be around a kid. And he made that evident just the other day when he literally threatened to OD on crack. Yes, I find it absolutely insane, ironic, and it's not funny the situation that Bam is going through, but I find it funny that there are a lot of brain-dead idiots on the internet who have tried to fight me and argue with me and to label me all types of things simply because I stated that Bam needed help. Isn't it funny? And not in the, oh my God, ha 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 way, but isn't it funny that just a few weeks ago, I was here on my channel, I lost subs, people got pissed. People who don't even know who Bam is, never even heard of the guy, they just got involved in these wild conspiracies that are online. And all right, so the other week, basically, I was saying that I think Bam needs help. That Bam's very obviously in a bad position, that he's very obviously not sober. And people were attacking me saying, Bam's sober. Oh, no, this is happening because of this person and that person. And they were painting this picture as if Bam was okay. And that, you know, there's just these evil forces out to get him. And they acted like I was this big bad guy that was spreading fake information and I was out to get Bam. And they harassed me on YouTube, on Twitter, Instagram, you name it, these free Bam wackos that consist of mainly just a bunch of like, I don't know, like housewives and stuff that never even watched Jackass or Viva La Bam. These are a bunch of people who were never invested in Bam as a person. They're more so invested in these wild conspiracies that people spin online. And listen, you guys know, I'm all for the conspiracies. I love talking about conspiracies that are real, but you have to spot real conspiracies and know the difference between fake nonsense that people spew online just to get more engagement. So I do find it funny that just a few weeks ago, I was saying this dude was an addict that needed help. Everyone got mad. Fast forward 2 to 3 weeks later, and Bam Margera is himself recording himself talking about smoking crack until he dies. So when I see that, Not only does it let me know that I was right, it lets me know that I really don't need to even consider the opinions of a lot of these idiots on the internet that spew a bunch of nonsense despite not knowing anything that they're talking about. Everything I said about Bam is definitely ringing true now, isn't it? And if you're trying to deny it still, then you are just in complete denial, and maybe you need to go to some form of rehab right along with Bam. Because I told you this dude was an addict that needed help. You guys acted like I was a bad person for saying that. You tried to act as if Bam had it all together and everyone was out to get Bam. Fast forward 2 weeks later, Bam is literally on video claiming that he's going to smoke crack until he dies. You see how all of that plays out? That's why I've realized that when I say things on the internet and people get in an uproar, usually I don't need to engage these people back. I just need to sit back and allow the universe and karma and just let life run its course, because more often than not, it winds up proving me right. But let me know your thoughts about all of this down in the comment section below. While you're down there, hit that thumbs up button, hit that subscribe button, ring that notification bell, and I will talk to you in the next video.